Hey guys, I just wanted to pop on here and talk to you guys about something. You know, you get a lot of messages saying shift this and see things differently and blah, blah, blah. And I struggle with that. You know, I want to live my life. I don't want to survive it anymore. And so, one thing that really helped me was to look at things through duality. Okay? Duality. It's all about balance, yin, yang. Um, Good and evil. It's all about balance. There's always going to be good feelings. There's always going to be bad feelings. There's always going to be good events, bad events. It's no matter what. That's just the way life goes. And so you have to learn to look at the bad things from a different perspective. You have to see things in a different light, right? Well, a lot of people go, well, when I'm in my feelings, how am I supposed to do that? You know, I've got very strong emotions. It took me quite some time to be able to get them under control, and I still don't have them under control all the time, but I'm working on it. So basically what helped me was you have to look at the bad things as lessons. You cannot look at them as a thing that's happening to you, or you know, whatever you want to say, bad luck or what. It's all about how you see things. If you see things as lessons, then you start to understand a little bit more. And I know that sounds crazy. Um, but as your mind expands and as you start looking at these negative things, like, what in the world am I supposed to learn from this? Of all things, this, why, what am I supposed to learn from this? You keep doing that and you're going to get the answer. And it's going to make you feel better, and it's going to balance you back out. Because when you look at things as lessons, right? These bad things or these bad feelings, you look at them as lessons or things you're supposed to feel so you can understand something that you weren't seeing before. That's what they mean by shift your perspective. Be open about it. Even in the bad times, be open that there's a reason for it. And so, you know, I've learned a lot about myself. I spent 2 days in the ICU 6 months ago. Wrecked my dirt bike, hit a jump wrong, ragdolled on top of it, displaced 3 ribs, fractured 3 ribs, and punctured my lung. Honestly, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. I shit you not. Best thing I ever had. Because it gave me 2 days of sitting in ICU, and I drove myself home an hour drive after I had my friends load my dirt bike up, and you know, I had to do box breathing the whole way back. I really strengthened my box breathing techniques through that. You know, and like, it was just one of those things where I decided I wasn't gonna look at it that, like, in a bad way anymore. I was gonna look at it as just some sort of intervention to stop the bullshit in my head, to just get the wheel to slow down. And so you know, it's just one of those things where you have to try to look at everything with an open mind and an open heart. And I learned more about myself in that 48 hours in the ICU than I knew about myself my entire life. Okay? And I've already been pushed past the limit. You know, I'm a Marine veteran, you know, all that fun stuff. So I know a lot about what I can handle and what I can take. And I was legit nervous. I didn't know if I was going to make it. I didn't know if I was going to black out and crash and die. I didn't know what was going to happen in that moment. But when I came out of that, I saw life in a different perspective. Because I was like, what is this teaching me? Well, it taught me who I am. It taught me when things get bad, what's my real character? Does that make sense? I'm not saying run out and get hurt and go to the hospital. Don't do that, please. I'm trying to just help you guys understand a little bit easier, and to where maybe you don't have to go through this huge, radical, crazy ordeal. So when you look at these things, just try to look at them as lessons, right? Bad things, bad feelings teach you lessons. Those lessons then shift the way your brain operates, or allows you to heal that feeling and maybe do some inner child work. I've had that happen plenty of times. But it's just a matter of, that's all you have to do. And instead of going, why is this happening? How could today get worse? Blah, blah. Don't do any of that. Ask yourself one question. What can I learn from this? What can I learn from this? And believe it or not, do that for about a week. And then think back 1 week before that and look at the differences in your behavior. It's crazy. I know, it sounds crazy, but the shit works. I'm not playing with you. It works. So, if I can do it, you can too.